Thanks for listening.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for being special.
Thanks for the memories.
And we're going to make lots of those. And you can always refer to them on demand on YouTube.
That was good.
All the memories, all of them. So, but
hit it.
I was watching a very thrilling new series on Netflix. And first of all, like, we all can agree that we live in one big world, right?
I mean, that's apparent. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, but there's so many layers to this world and like subcultures and just things that we don't know anything about unless, like, for me, from reading or watching documentaries,
Mm-hmm.
And as I was watching this documentary yesterday, what was it called?
Well, it's a piece. It's not like a documentary, right? It's like more like a episodic piece on a certain subject.
Right, but it's real life. It's all true stories.
Right, yes.
And it's called Web of Make-Believe, Death Lies in the Internet.
Right.
And like, I've only watched the first episode and I'm really, really like juiced to watch the whole thing. You watched the whole thing, right?
Yeah, I did.
It was fire.
It's interesting.
Yeah. That's all you can.
I would watch it again.
Yeah, like it's very intriguing. Like the first episode that I watched, it was called SWAT.
It's fucked up. Every episode's fucked up.
Right. But like the web world is such a dark place. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. Like, okay, let's not even just the physical world, but like the internet world is scary.
Well, because human beings are scary.
Yeah. And a lot of people can hide behind their keyboards. And that's pretty much what happened in the first episode.
So spoiler alert.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But as I was watching the first episode, because it's, it's about the gaming culture, which I don't know anything about, but just with getting into like looking into like NFTs and the Web3 space and like Discord accounts and, all these other like not mainstream, maybe they're mainstream, maybe they are like type of like Parlor and like, the more like underground websites versus Instagram or Facebook, I consider those more mainstream, but there's like a lot of like dark web things that are happening in the world. And the gaming world is kind of scary. Like, I don't know. And like, just even the whole culture of like, they could all like talk to each other through their headsets. And it's like, it's not very encouraging. Like, it's very degrading. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. What
do you mean?
Why you, I was like, why are you going like that?
Oh, because
are you like, cut it?
Oh, no, because I have playing with my chin.
Oh, okay. No, but it's just, it's frightening of the things of, of that culture, like the whole, it's just, because I don't want to give away the episode.
I mean, we already said spoiler alert. Well, just put a spoiler alert in the title.
Okay. But yeah, like the first episode was called SWAT, and these gamer dudes are basically making bets, and if they lose or
that's one game.
Yeah.
This particular game you could win real money.
Yeah.
And you go into this, field and an MMO situation, and you're just multiple players are in there, and you have a teammate, and you go and you kill the other person to get this little bit of money.
Yeah,
but
and it's like
in the
Call of
yeah,
Duty,
yeah,
those kind of games.
like Apex, yeah, all that Apex Legend and all that shit. But
Yeah,
so you want to keep going because
but people take it real serious
well,
though.
these are kids though, and this is how gaming is. Like, the culture most of the time, it's all these little boys who don't know how to die gentlemanly, and they will curse you out.
Yeah, they're like bad sports, and they're
Yeah, they
like,
will give you the business.
yeah,
But
and like,
I used to be like that, so I get it.
right. But it's like, okay, well, let's just keep it in the game world. Why do their actions, like they really like retaliate on people when
Mhm.
they lose. So in this case, what I learned is that these people are like anonymous. And I remember hearing about all these bomb threats, at different college campuses, federal, I mean, just there's been a lot of bomb
Net
threats.
channel network.
Yeah, news channels, and like it's because a lot of it is because of these kids who are sending SWAT teams
Yeah.
to different locations and to people's houses
Mm-hmm.
just
Like,
to freaking just because they can do it and not
yeah,
get caught.
on some like, you think I won't, or like, oh, you talking shit, okay, watch, kind of thing. And then they
Right.
feel invulnerable, and because they
Yeah,
haven't been caught yet.
but they're like getting shit, it's like thrilling, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
they love it. Like I'm finding that it's just something that you get a little feather in your cap if you do it. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
it's admired. And that's what trips me out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? Like in the episode, one situation went too far where these three guys were all involved basically. And one of the dudes, he lost, and the other guy he's like, oh, you won't get me, because I guess the one guy was notorious for doing these fake, what do you call it, what would you call it?
It's called swatting.
Oh, swatting.
Yeah.
Okay. So but even if I guess they send the SWAT team to their house, so yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I guess so. But okay, so the boy gave him a fake address.
Yeah. Oh,
It
this
was
breaks my heart.
Yeah, it wasn't his address. He
It
gave
was
an
his. It was his old address.
Yeah, and so basically, dude got like they went to this other person's house who had a family. Dude answered the door, had no idea what was going on. All the SWAT team is outside with a gang of rifles or AR-15s and all that stuff.
And the trigger
And
happy asshole shot him.
yeah, this cop who had that, we'll get into that, but yeah, this cop just shot the dude and he died basically off of a prank.
The cop shot the kid. I still hear him scream.
Yeah. So it's terrible. And what it makes me feel like, after like watching this episode, I understand. I kind of have more of an understanding why there's so many mass shootings possibly, because I
Right.
think,
That's okay.
yeah, like I think these kids are like, because a lot of them are kids that are doing the mass shootings. You know what I'm saying?
Most of them are. Yeah.
So I think they're getting so hyped up, and like just seeing how thrilled they are by causing like mayhem and chaos, and they're praised in these like on Twitter, and like they have all these fake accounts, and maybe they're not fake accounts, but they're like accounts that people are like profiles that people are living behind to hide their true identity, but people are following them and praising them, and like for all this chaos that they're causing in the actual physical world.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of feel like maybe, I have no stats on this or anything, but I just could see how kids are taking things from this internet game world into the real world, and they're
100%.
being admired for these mass shootings.
I don't know about
Yeah,
admired. Maybe they're
but
getting infamy about it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm sure there's like profiles or like I was saying, those like more underground, uncensored websites. People
Yeah,
are
because this
they're getting praised for it.
because this particular guy was using Facebook, and he had 3 different handles, and he would brag about what he did to, like, like a channel 10 or whatever over here in LA. And then he's like, yeah, I did that. Did you guys see that? I did that. And then everybody like, oh, yo, this guy did that, blah, blah. But they don't know who you are, because you're
Right.
like, toilet paper number 25 or something.
Yeah.
So you're calling it out, and you're actually pulling it off. And then somebody was like, hey, do my school, and he'll do this school, and but this particular guy liked acting like, somebody else. Like, he would be like, oh, I just shot my parents.
Yeah.
I'm standing right over them.
Yeah. Like he has some crazy
Like, what
stories
kind of
to
gun you
get
have in
the
your hand? I have like a 22, some, like, he had none of that. He didn't do it. He's
yeah.
just performing,
He was like a supreme prank caller.
but he was
Like,
feeling godly about it. But and I could relate to feel that kind of feeling, to where like you feel untouchable because you've been getting away with it for so long. But then what happens when you get caught? And obviously this guy got caught actually twice.
yeah, he
So
did.
I mean,
He didn't stop. Like it's in, and there's just a culture of, I won't just say it's gaming culture. I just think it's what's, lurking in the shadows in the internet world. Like these people are they're ready to kill.
I mean, but he also had like a past where like he lived with his grandma. His parents weren't in the picture, So there's
And
that
all the mass
child
shooters have
trauma.
those, yeah, a lot of the mass shooters have those same, you know, attributes or whatever.
Yeah,
Same
so I mean, like,
same upbringing.
so
Sorry.
you have like the school shooting that we just had at UVid or whatever. I forgot the name.
Uvalde.
Yeah, and that guy was dealing with his sexuality, his identity, being bullied, no friends, living with his grandma. He had all this angst, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, so what's the solution? Like, better mental health uh programs, less, more restrictions on guns, like,
Yeah.
or is this just these mass shootings just freak accidents,
No,
and
I
just
think
let these, not accidents, but like, just freak situations, and then
I think it's people taking
let them happen.
I think it's people living out their fantasies IRL.
I know, but you gotta think like,
And but like that girl that was in that series, she, a lot of people play like those games because they're socially awkward,
what
or they have
girl?
some, it was one of the girls, I can't remember what she was doing, but she was saying that she had social anxiety, and that when she played the game, it like took her away from having to
Oh
cope with
yeah,
the
yeah, the half black chick or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
having to
yeah, yeah.
cope with the real world. And a lot of them were saying that, you know what I'm
Or
saying?
his girlfriend or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, even the kid who, lost his father figure and his sister, he plays those games. He plays Call of Duty. He plays the Xbox too. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a, for some kids, it's a break from reality, because you're an outcast. But here,
You're powerful.
with the headsets, and you're playing with different people around the world, you can actually make friends on there, over, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you
And
could
you're
be
playing
whoever
with
you want to
real,
be.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you're playing with real people who just have avatars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I wonder how much
yeah,
like percent of the world does gaming, because like maybe it's more than I think. Like,
it has to be like 60-70, because like, even like I still game, people over 40-50 are still playing, you know so it's a, you know PS5 sold out. You know what I'm saying? Like grown adults are buying them for themselves and they have families. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's
Somebody needs to tap into that. Like, because I mean,
for
because
what?
listen, like, you know how with music, we say like, hip hop is certain hip hop, maybe rap music. Let's just say rap music. Because that's not hip hop. I mean, whatever. That's a whole other argument. But anyways, like rap music is,
I'm about
you
to go
know, is totally, I feel like it's influencing a lot of these kids. And, people are very, that glamorize street life,
Yes.
you know, like it's happening. It's whatever's happening in the music, it's happening in real life. People are living out these, every day there's a new rapper who's shot and killed, but you don't hear about Justin Bieber getting killed, or any pop stars getting killed. You know what I mean? You don't hear anybody in the reggaeton or Afrobeats or any other genre of music. People aren't losing their
lives,
stars,
well, because it's the content too, right? I mean,
right, but that's what I'm saying. So we know that the content in music is influencing people. So why possibly like the gaming, like what people are playing in the games, because they're violent and they're rated, and how yeah, like right, you know what I mean? Like you see people doing some crazy, every time somebody does something crazy in the streets and you see a video of it, people are like, oh, GTA, like, oh, they think they're doing GTA. So it's like, is the gaming influencing mass shooters and other crazy situations?
I don't want to say no, because we had the Columbine thing, and that was way before Call of Duty. I mean, it's not just,
but there's always been shooting. I mean, right. We had Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt was like the first.
I think it's also movies too. It's movies, it's videos, it's it's a lack of, and there's media. A lack of like parental guidance there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, all these violent movies and stuff. It all aids and abides this hunger and outlet for violence. For some of us, like for me, like me playing Division 2 is an outlet because it's fun. I'm shooting people, and obviously I don't want to do that in real life because I know the consequences, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But there's certain people who, but there's certain people who might have, a terrible upbringing, or they might have chemical imbalances, or people who are severely depressed, or people who hear voices, just all kinds of situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, that it's entertainment. And I remember when I was a child, I used to tell my mom, like, she didn't like when I would watch, rap videos and all that stuff. And I'd be like, Mom, it's just entertainment. Like, I knew it was just entertainment, but there's people who really believe in these things, that it's real life. Just look at the fans or the stands of celebrities, you know what I mean? Like, they really go all in for Beyonce, the Beehive. And like, I don't know, I just think people go too far in some situations,
Look what happened to John Lennon, though. Like, John Lennon got killed by a fan, Sharon Tate, and that's way before Xbox and PlayStation,
right?
So
but I'm not saying every situation, but I'm saying they should maybe start looking at it.
I mean, I think this is probably
as far as the tie to mass shootings.
There's but there's also that one in Vegas, but it was an old guy, with their rifle, like a bunch of guns. Remember, like who knows if he played video games? He probably just was a veteran and wanted to shoot people and then kill himself. And then there's those snipers, those two black dude snipers, like just sniping people. Like, I mean, are we talking older guys or younger guys or the whole thing?
I'm just saying in general, because who knows? Maybe those guys, like you said, people over 40 still play video games. So maybe
I think humans are very impressionable at any age, but especially younger. And if you're
Oh,
watching,
absolutely.
and if you're
Yeah.
watching, movies like violent movies and playing violent video games, I think it's gonna have an effect somewhere. Like even like the smallest thing, like me watching Bruce Lee movies, made me want to learn
Okay.
kung fu. And then
Right.
after you watch the movies, you be fighting with your friends and you
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
wrestling, you watch wrestling, and then after wrestling's over, WrestleMania 4 is over, you go
And
hitting your
just
friends with elbows.
yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah,
And even if you watch something that's super inspiring, like a doc or a biography about Quincy Jones or Kanye West or whoever, and you feel inspired after that,
yeah.
like that's tapping in, and you really feel it though. You feel the inspiration and you're like, I want to do this and I want to do that. So some people who ain't wired too tight, they might, it might ignite something in them to go, "Cat, cat, 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 cat."
I mean, anything's possible.
Right. So,
Anything.
I'm not saying take away video games or put laws on video games or anything like that, but I'm just saying it's definitely causing some people to step outside of the box
I just think
and
if you're
step into the
crazy,
streets.
I just think if you're crazy, you're crazy. It doesn't matter if you play video games or watch the movies. I think if you're gonna shoot up a church because of your racist values and views, then you're gonna shoot up a church.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
But I think influences, like people are influenced by what we see, what we hear.
sure, the Columbine kids, they were listening to Marilyn Manson before they
Mhm.
went out. I mean, but how many the dudes who shot up Pop Smoke? Maybe they were listening to, I don't know. I was gonna say NWA, but that's me. Some maybe whatever, some drill rap. You know what I mean? Whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah, we that's how we get pumped up, right? Same thing with boxing. When boxers come out, they come out to music.
Right.
You get in that ring,
Yeah. Yeah. It
playing Jay
definitely
Z.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's all
Like
these
people,
mediums are motivating. It just takes it just depends on how
how much evil, how
your
much good,
mental state, your mental state. Yeah, how much
how much
devil you
evil.
got inside of you.
Exactly. And you gotta let the devil out for
Sure,
real.
sure. I could I be thinking about like the guy who shot John Lennon and the guy who shot Versace, like they were fans of these people. You know what I'm saying? Like the lady who shot, oh no, she wasn't a fan of
Selena, were you gonna
yeah,
say Selena?
no, I wasn't, but I was gonna say
Oh,
but even her, like she was
her
like,
manager or something.
I thought she was like a maid or something. But yeah, I mean people like who are close to these people who love these people. Like that's a sickness. Even like stalkers and creepers, guys who don't even know you, but they see you on IG or Twitch or
And they're in
whatever.
love.
They're in love with you.
Oh my gosh, like Joe from You. Did you watch that on Netflix?
No,
You?
I never watched that.
Yeah, he was
But
just like that.
there was a current situation now with a Twitch I don't know what they call him, Twitch user or whatever. And this guy came overseas to see her. He sold all his stuff, all his assets to, so he could have money, and then came to the States, knew where she lived, camped out in front of her place, and did some like crazy shit, like playing the sax or whatever, with a shirt off, or I don't know, some crazy shit. And then like he would be in her lives and she would know who he was and he would just stalk her. And then he came to her house and was stopped by her security. I mean, it's scary. Like these people aren't wrapped too
Yeah,
tight.
yeah.
But this is media. This is Twitch is a form of media. You know what I mean? How many strippers are stripping and then they get that one dude who's just like there all the time making it rain, you know feeling like the stripper owes him something because he's paying her rent, you know, basically, and he spent all this money on her. And he feels like, oh, you owe me something. You know,
Right.
can I get a hug or a picture or a selfie or a kiss? And he follows her to her house.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's some people just ain't wrapped too tight, man.
They're really not. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, the Santa Clara Clarita guy who was on his like, you know, kill all women shit. You know what I'm saying? And that was like a handsome guy, half Asian white dude. You know what I'm saying? Tall, had money. His parents had money, and he just shot up all these, girls and kids and shit
Really?
before he
Oh
took them.
Lord.
Yeah, like a whole manifesto. He put it on Facebook and everything. It's on YouTube. Yeah, like
Wow.
a killing all women make not make I want to say make that kind of just like a hate all women manifesto.
But that's the thing that's kind of scary to me too, because there's a lot of men that hate women, like misogynists. Like it's a real situation. And I didn't realize that until several years ago. It's been a while now, but it's like men really do not respect women.
What do you mean?
Like they hate women. Like there's
where
men
are you
out
getting
here.
your information from?
Misogynist, misogynist.
Massages.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But you know what I'm saying? Like
massage therapists.
Like
What
those
do you
kind
mean?
of guys.
Where are you getting this? Where you getting this information?
I can't remember where I first came across it, but
like, what are they doing? What do you mean?
But just definitely online. Like that's what I'm just talking about. There's a lot of rabbit holes you can go down on in social media.
A lot of groups, a lot of Reddit groups,
yeah,
a lot of Discord groups. Yeah.
And that's I mean, maybe not just men, but it's a lot of just hate. That's all I can say. It's not a safe place. And even when you like join a like Discord, they give you all these disclaimers and warnings about, don't interact with this person and don't do this and don't, you know what I mean? It kind of makes you like, do I even want to be on this site? Like, and then, it's just a lot of scamming. There's a lot of hacking. There's a lot of fraud type of situations. It's just not a safe place. It's not a safe place.
You mean the web?
Yeah, the internet.
As a whole?
Yes. As a whole.
But how do you say this and you're into the metaverse? You think it's going to be any different?
No, it's the same. That's what I'm saying. The metaverse is even worse. It's scary.
Yo, we invested in the metaverse and we still feel
because it's not. Hey, yes, I definitely did invest. But that's what pushes me away from it, is that it's the dark web. The dark web is active. And
I just think with anything good, there's also bad. There's a yin and yang with everything, right? If you make if you make a lot of money, taxes and people asking you for money. If you drive a car, the maintenance, get into an accident, possibly dying, but you have a car. It's like with anything good, there comes the bad.
Yeah, but there's a lot of communities that are just thriving off of hate. And there's a lot of men groups that hate women. And I'm sure there's feminist groups that hate men,
Yeah, misandry is real too. Misandry.
See, there you go. See? But that's what I'm saying. Like, if
I'm just saying, when you say that, is it something to worry about? Or, what?
I mean, it just doesn't make you feel super comfortable to go to a bar and, you know what I'm saying? And sit there and just, you meet a charming, charismatic man and you thinking it's all great. He's whining and dining you and giving you drinks and all this stuff. And you're having a good time and say, you go back to his house or whatever, and then you walk through the door, and he's a totally different person, and he rapes you or kills you or whatever. Like, I'm just saying, it's.
And the other side of that is, why are you going to a stranger's house?
Right, but I'm a lot of women, even myself, when I was younger, you don't make the best decisions. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And
you can find yourself in some pretty sticky situations.
So whose fault is that?
Nobody's saying it's anybody's fault, but I mean, a man definitely shouldn't try to rape you or attack you just because you go to his house.
Exactly. But the initial part of it is, probably shouldn't go to a stranger's house.
Yes, absolutely.
Probably shouldn't accept so much drinks. Maybe accept one drink.
Yeah, but that's not real world. Like, most people are out having a good time, and if you are drinking, you don't make the best decisions.
But nobody's forcing you to drink, though, right?
Nobody's forcing you to drink.
Yeah. So, but accountability.
But you're acting like you can't be. Everybody's not perfect, and everybody's not making the best decisions every single time that they go out.
Sure. But
not when you're young. Not when you're young. Not everybody has common sense.
Yeah, so I mean, that's just
right. So you'll find yourself. Yeah, you'll find yourself in sticky situations. Yes.
Yeah. Like, nobody's forced you to use your credit card and max it out because you want all those Yeezys and Jordans, but now you realize that you have to pay that monthly and the interest, and it's going to be over $200.
Right. Yeah.
But that's why credit card companies are at colleges, because they know young people are stupid. Right?
Yes.
So yeah,
all humans.
But then also,
aren't perfect and don't make the best decisions.
That's but even with me, an example, as a man, I never took advantage of a woman as far as forcing myself on them, because I know that's bad. Is that from my parents? Is that from watching TV? Is that from knowing people who went to prison and jail for that, doing that? Like, what, you know what I mean? So what makes me have that common sense part of, like, if she says no, that's it, bro. Like, what's pussy ain't that detrimental to go to jail for? Like, you know what I mean? As opposed to the other guy who's getting you drunk and liquored up and then taking you to his pad for that, and then, like, knowing that if you resist, it doesn't matter because I'm bigger, I'm stronger than you, and I'm going to force myself on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the difference between me and that guy? You know what I mean? It's like, there's evil and there's not evil. There's common sense, there's no common sense.
Right. But I'm just saying, there are men out here who are predators, and they are going to take whatever they want.
Yeah, and there's also dummies who know it's a trap and still go into the trap.
Okay. Yes, there is.
Yeah.
But we're just talking about misogynists at this point. We are. You want to be all, it's blame the woman. Like, and that's the thing. A lot of
it's blame everybody. It's blame everybody. I'm not saying don't blame the guy. I'm saying blame everybody. Everybody is at fault. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a boxer and I go into the boxing ring, I know that there's a chance that I might get my ass beat. I know I'm going to have like cranial damage because I keep boxing, but I put myself in that situation. So I need to take accountability for, not practicing enough or not examining my opponent, and also I keep going into the ring because for some reason I like it. You know what I mean? So I need to take accountability for that.
Right. In this day and age, you are absolutely right. Like, you have to take accountability. You have to learn common sense if you don't actually have common sense.
I just think like some of these girls, young, old, it don't matter. Like, they're so like naive for no reason. And and just because like the guy is handsome and tall or blah, 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 whatever, and being nice to you, you think he's going to be nice to you, and you go to his apartment. Like, come on.
No, when you're young, that's what you do. You don't think about those things.
But who is that? Is that being young and dumb, or is that lack of parental guidance?
Both.
Both.
I would say both, because first of all, your parents don't know where you are.
Okay.
Because you're probably lying.
And then, and then you're 21 anyway, right? We're
talking even younger, possibly.
So where is this guy getting the drinks from?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not just at bar situations. I guess I'm just thinking of young girls.
Yeah, I'm just saying across the board, like even like older ones who are just like naive, like, oh, this guy buys me dinner and all this stuff, and I think he's my boyfriend, and then they have sex, and then like he's like, okay, bye.
But even as young girls, like all you need is you see a cute guy and he's nice to you, you're gonna do whatever he wants. And that's terrible. But it's just how it is. For real.
No, I know.
Speaking from experience, and
speaking from experience.
Yeah, and like just stupid, and just exactly, and just like knowing my like little niece, and she's smart, she has a good head on her shoulders, but when it comes to these boys, she just like, whoo, you could just tell she goes into a whole nother frenzy. So I don't know, I just worry. But it's never too early to start having conversations with them
about boys or sex.
Both, all of it.
Both. It's never too young to talk about sex.
And strangers.
It's never too young to talk about sex.
I mean, if a girl starts having her menstrual cycle, I think that's a good time to start talking about it.
I don't know if you told me or somebody told me. This is like years back. Like somebody told me, like, or maybe it was like my friends like niece, you know, they were like saying in high school, like freshman, sophomore year, like girls are sucking dick.
Mm.
You know, at freshman level, you know.
Yeah.
When I was a freshman, I'm still playing with like toys.
Well, girls develop faster than guys though, at that age, you know. So I had older boyfriends.
Really? Like over 18?
No. I mean, when I was in 6th grade, I had a 9th grade boyfriend.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I don't know. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's never too early.
I mean, it's not like you guys are humping. You guys are just holding hands, right? No.
No, I was not having sex.
Oh my God. I'm about to say, dude.
But you know, you do little touchy-feely things.
Yeah, you know, you stroke my stuff.
So that's why I say it's never too early to start talking to young girls about sex and not to go to not to go to men's house.
Yes.
Or little boys' houses.
Yes, because they're still little boys.
When their mama's not home.
Yes. I think you're still a little boy till you turn 23.
Yeah. No, I think people are still children, or not children, but people are still anything. If you can't rent a car, you can't. Yeah. You're still a child.
Sure.
25 and under. But 25 and under.
I just know too many guys who like left the house at 18 and then had like their the roommates were friends, and then the house just became like just a fuck house.
Right. Exactly.
You know,
dude, like, I don't know.
Like a competition.
Maybe that's why I'm so like celibate. Or maybe, I don't know if I'm celibate, but I just don't. Sex is it's special now. But back in the day, like it was just whatever.
Why is it
And
special now?
because you know what it's all about. Like you understand the pros and cons and the causes and effects of being sexual with somebody else, with another human being, and all that it entails. But when you're young, your hormones are going crazy, and you don't know any better. So,
I think women too, or not women, but little girls, when they feel obligated to do sexual stuff, especially if the guy is very adamant about it and talking about it a lot. Like, but if you like me, you'll
right. And the guys are
gargle my
lying.
balls. You know,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
if you like me, you'll fuck my friend too. Like we're stupid. There is this recently. This chick was on the podcast talking about, and she had to be obviously in her 20s, not obviously, but she's in her 20s or something. She looked young, and she's like on this podcast, blatantly just saying how she went to go see Future, and she went to the studio, and she was thinking like, oh, like I want to meet Future, and then I can maybe he'll listen to my music and whatever. But no, as soon as she came in, Future said, take your clothes off and twerk on us.
Oh, I saw that today.
Yeah,
That was
she
Kanye and Future. Yeah, exactly. Kanye and Future were there.
So is it bad that they asked for it and she did it, or is it bad that she went there and didn't say no? You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're all adults, you know what I'm saying? She made the choice. It's like when you have a video shoot and you want to do like, a tip twirl Nelly video. Do you get mad at Nelly, or do you get mad at the girls who actually participated in the video?
Well,
You know
for
what I
a lot
mean?
of people, that's just fun,
Yeah.
to be honest. And I mean, if as long as they're not like raping her,
Yeah.
it's not like rapey environment. I mean, she's a consenting adult.
Right.
I mean, you're with Future and Kanye West.
Yeah.
That's what she wanted to do. She kind of looked like she might have been a porn star, maybe. What was she? I didn't.
I don't know. She looked
Yeah, but she
mixed.
was cute. She was cute. I saw her, but I was just like,
It's like, we don't care about your music, bitch. Take your clothes off and
right,
twerk on my lap. You know what I'm saying?
right. But see, that's kind of what we were talking about the other day. Like men with power, they could get people to do anything.
Or yeah, yes, man with power, yes. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so
But
it was like, but maybe she thought, okay, if I do this, then they'll listen
thought
to
is
my
right.
music.
She is.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said thought is correct. Yes, she is.
What? Oh, you stupid. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Tatiana.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to realize that when you do that, there is no respect for you at all. You are an object.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's no way you're not gonna get wifed. You're
but
not gonna
no,
get, you know what I mean? Like you're
Amber
just
Rose got wifed.
by who?
Um, well, I mean, she's in committed relationships.
Yeah, but did any of them last?
No, I guess not. But didn't she? No, I don't think he married her. But
She ain't never been married.
the executive guy. But I'm just saying, a lot of men are with hoes or with thoughts or whatever. men rather be with those kind of women, it seems like.
Yeah, but are they just, is it just their turn, or are they taking it seriously? Because it feels like it's just their turn.
Well, Michael B. Jordan was trying to wife Lori.
Yeah, we see how that turned out.
That's what I'm saying.
She belonged to the streets.
But he was gonna wife it. He was trying to wife it up.
He probably was. He
Thought it was
probably
different.
he didn't get the memo on Red Pill in MGTOW. He didn't get the memo on these chicks. And then like, even with that kind of relationship, as long as that was, it's just your turn. You know what I'm saying? She's not ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wants to experience more D. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
who's at fault?
Right. And slightly similar topic, but did you see that what happened with Bill Cosby recently?
Mm-mm. I saw a picture on YouTube, but
Well, I guess
like
he just
16-year-old
he
at the
lost
Playboy Mansion.
yeah, he lost a case just recently and he has to pay somebody, a woman, $500,000 from an incident in 1973
God,
or something.
hey man, come on.
Listen, from 1973, and the girl was 16 at the Playboy Mansion. Now, this is where I kind of feel you. Like I was gonna send you the link because I was like, okay, because you always have that side that says, the woman needs to be accountable, blah 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 blah. And in that case, the girl was 16. Like, why was she at the Playboy Mansion at
Yeah, I'm
16?
about to say.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
did he know that she was underage?
yeah,
Because if
that
he
too.
knew, then
Right.
it's a different situation.
There you go. Yes. Like, did she have a fake ID? And then we're all should be adults, and she just had a fake ID. Then yeah, that's on. That's
Or do they know like that environment
yeah. So
knew that
why?
there was gonna be younger girls there? You know what I'm saying? Like
But he
like the
lost the
Epsteins,
case.
yeah, or like the Epsteins. Like I don't know all the details of it. So that's why I'm just like, how the heck did she win that much
Yeah,
money? 40 or however 60 years later.
yeah. That sounds like bullshit.
It
Sorry.
happened.
I know, but I mean, if she lied, I mean, what are we supposed to do? Like, I'm in an environment where I'm thinking everybody's, over
Of
18, legal
age.
of age, and then somebody comes and lies, and we're all fucking like and I get in trouble because what? Am I supposed to check everybody's ID?
Right. But the Hollywood scene though, they might have known. And so maybe that's how she won.
Right, but then there's the other side. But
Right.
but yes, you're right. Yeah.
But so I don't know. So there's situations like that where
Oh,
I see the other side. Like I see what you're saying, but
now we all like can't. Hopefully you didn't do anything crazy in your past, and if you did, hopefully you don't get famous because they're gonna come after you if you did something crazy.
all the sex tapes are coming out.
All the sex tapes, all the if you blew a kiss to a sixth grader and you were in high school or you're in
Oh, but
college.
that's not that because that's what 15, 12.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if you hung out in front of a high school and you're 19,
Yeah.
if you were like parking lot pimping, like if you just got somebody's number, this is god dang, man. That's
Yeah.
insane. That reminds me like the Kavanaugh shit, right? Like he did all that shit back in the day, and then some lady brought it up, but there's no evidence. Even with Russell Simmons and Weinstein, there's like no evidence. Even with the Cosby thing, there's no evidence, but because all these women came out.
Yeah. I mean, if you have more than 30 people, or actually, I feel like if you have more than 5 women coming out saying the same thing, that's evidence.
Or they're just angry because he lied to them. He promised them all something and he didn't deliver. He just wanted to fuck.
I don't know.
Because I'm glad this Amber Heard thing happened because now we can't believe all women. You know what I'm saying? They conniving just as much as guys are. You know what I'm saying? Just to get a bag or just to ruin your reputation because you lied, or because women can be very, very petty. Look at the baby mamas who won't let the ex has a new girlfriend and she doesn't, and she's all out of shape and ugly and nasty and has to take care of the kid. And then when the kid's at the dad's house, she gonna come over there and be like, I don't want my kid around your new girlfriend. Like the guy's happy, but she not, so she gonna take it out on the kids. On some
Right.
petty shit. I mean, that shit,
Yeah.
it happens.
Yeah. Well, I just think in this day and time, like we were saying, everybody has to be on guard because it's people out here plotting.
Plotting and scheming up.
Seriously. And you have to be accountable for your actions because people will blame you. Even if you weren't, didn't practice common sense or didn't make the right decision, there's going to be people who are still going to blame you. So, but then also you just can't listen to everybody. Everybody's life is their own journey as well. So, I mean, as much knowledge as you can get as possible. But I really feel like enlightenment comes through experience and at different stages in life. Because I feel like my first, well, maybe not first, but where I felt like I was adulting was like 28.
And what did you do?
I mean, it's just more of a feeling. It's more of like an understanding of of life. It's like your first level of thorough understanding. And I think some people get it sooner, some people get it later. And then I feel like it happened for me again at 40.
I think mine first was 24, actually moving out of my parents' house and living with, a roommate and having to buy toilet paper, and having, all the little basic shits that's coming out of my pocket, as opposed to just being, hey, putting it on the list in the refrigerator, on the refrigerator list magnet, and then my dad or whoever will go and buy.
Right.
I ain't spend no money.
Right.
So now you gotta pay rent, spend money, but you have chicks over anytime you want, have your boys over anytime you want. You have this new liberation, of being in your 20s and just going buck wild crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I feel that. That's the adulting. I guess maybe what I'm talking about more is like a maturity. But yeah, I started adulting like at 19. I grew up really fast.
Maturing for me then would be, I would say 30, 34, 35.
And I think it happens later for men.
Like not being a player, not, spending money wilding and, drinking all that, doing cocaine. Just kidding.
Maybe it's just like a higher vibration. Like you just feel like you've entered another level of life. And it's like, oh, that's why. Oh, that's,
Yeah, it's called epiphany. Like you have an
Yeah.
epiphany and you either change your life or
you do the same dumb shit and you end up in the same place.
with the same people.
Okay. Not there for that. But yeah, no, and then turning 40 was awesome. And I'm still learning. Like I got a lot of understanding in the last 2 years. I'll be 42 this year. Woo, crazy.
I think for me, turning 30 was awesome because I don't know, I think I just set off with going to the bar and getting drunk and being with friends and stuff. And then it kind of just leveled out after that.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, no, 30 was definitely a level up too. I remember my 30th birthday. It was very special. That's funny.
Not gonna share what you did.
Oh, no, not right now. Maybe one day. But it wasn't anything sexual or anything like that.
She wildin'.
No, it was a very low-key birthday, actually.
Yeah, mine too. Like my 30, I didn't do. I mean, I only had a few friends, and we just went to the Golden Bear. Yeah. But that whole night was just one event after another, just being stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I was just with family, with my parents, and I think my aunties. We had fun. So
It wasn't like Red Panda where you turn into like a animal or something.
no, nothing that thrilling.
Your mom and your aunties like oh turned into pandas and you guys did like a
Not
ritual or
pandas.
something.
That's funny. No,
Okay,
no,
just checking.
no.
You said it was special, so
Yeah, no, it was special.
that's
So
when your magic powers came to
I'll tell you
fruition.
after the show. I'll tell you after the podcast. Yep, yep. Well, cool. Is there anything else we need to touch on?
Go good.
Oh, yeah. Well, cool.
Check out the show. Watch the rest of the episodes. You know that it's a trip. The world is crazy.
It
People suck.
is.
You know, evil is afoot, and just have to watch yourself and take accountability. Take accountability, but watch yourself. Show me what you're working with.
Yeah. Cause danger is lurking. Danger is out here, y'all. It's in the internet. It's IRL. It's everywhere. That's why you got to pour more good into the world. Be the light to this world because it's getting a little dim and dark. Darkness lurks everywhere. But you guys stay tuned to this podcast. We'll give you the heads up. Hopefully steer you clear of some craziness.
Stay up.
Peace.